Who's the hardest defender you've ever had to face?
It's probably the most obvious one, but Kanté, man, he's just everywhere.
It's such a high level, and this man is at the middle of it every time they do, or every time he is the difference. They've had great players, but even amongst great players, he stands up even higher, which is not easy amongst Xavi, Iniesta, all these ones. He's the one that we all speak about.
Imagine last year he was like, I think in the last 5 matches of Champions League he got the trophy. I mean, they handed him the trophy before the match. It was clear when he plays he gets the man of the match.
This is Ngolo mother ducking fucking sucking a motherfucking cock, and Kanté is the GOAT of football. For many years Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi has been looked at as the 2 best footballers on the earth. In countless interviews they've spoken about sharing the stage together for 15 years as the best players in the world, when in reality, that stage has been shared by 3 players since 2015. Yes, you guessed it. The 3rd player is David Luiz. That was obviously a joke. The 3rd player is Ngolo Kanté. I will bring up 4 players who secretly related to Kanté, to prove to you that Ngolo Kanté actually is the real GOAT, and that we should normalize him being the greatest of all time. Let the show begin. Ngolo Kanté is known in the whole world, but we can all agree on that I am his biggest fan. I am known for doing football videos, and sometimes I sneak a little FIFA video in between the football content. In the game FIFA, I pack Garrincha. At the age of 12 years old, Garrincha lost his virginity to a goat. And now you're probably asking, has Kanté and Garrincha had sex? No, he fucked an actual goat. That means that he's the only footballer in the history of football to have had such a close encounter with a goat, excluding Kanté of course, because he is the goat himself. This indicates a clear relation between the 2 players, and therefore Garrincha is the first of the 4 players who's related to Kanté.
Well, it's fantastic.
Through many years of playing at the highest level of football, Kanté has created numerous iconic clips. One of the funniest and most iconic clips on the field is the clip where he sent Timo Werner to the moon. Timo Werner plays for the German national team. One of the most iconic games in the World Cup history actually included the German national team.
Well, no fucking shit!
Even though 7 players scored for Germany, there were only 1 Brazilian who managed to put the ball in the back of the net, and that was Oscar. At what club did Oscar play for at the time? Chelsea, who also plays for Chelsea. Ngolo motherfucking Kanté. This means that Oscar is the 2nd player that's related to Ngolo Kanté. Since 2021 a lot of people actually thought Michael Antonio had the biggest knob in football, but after my calculations and in-depth analysis of Kanté shorts, I have jumped to the conclusion that Kanté's is 4 inches longer and around 2 inches wider in diameter. Talking about being the biggest, Akinfenwa is without doubt the biggest footballer in the world. When you look at the 2 players, we all have to admit that they look identical. I even put them in an ethnicity test, and the results were pretty similar. This concludes that Akinfenwa is the 3rd player related to Kanté. Before 2015 when Kanté hadn't reached the GOAT debate just yet, he played for Leicester. Chelsea then bought him and in his debut season he scored an absolute banger against his former club. If we go just 3 years back from that, another player scored an absolute banger against Leicester.
Here's Hulk! Dini!
This confirms that Troy Deeney is the last player related to Kanté. But Blue Blood CFC, you fat cunt. What the fuck does this have to do with Kanté being the GOAT? We've reached the part where this will blow your mind. If we set every player's name up in order, something very interesting will be revealed. And that was why Ngolo motherfucking Kanté is the GOAT of football.